right up Adventure Isle. God, this is such a great mod.
At least before the Farmer Hill update came out.
Anyways, yeah, well, back then when this mod first came out, I loved it. Like, a lot. This is easily my favorite horror mod back then in 2024. And yes, I had this one higher than Gorefield. I did not know why. But, then the Frightmare Hill update came out, and, yeah, I didn't really like it all that much. But, yeah. And one thing, I went from liking it to, for some reason, not liking it anymore because of two reasons. Well, one of them being the Frightmare Hill update, and one being, this game is for some reason now buggy. Like, for an example, once you play Mindside Squared, it becomes legitimately unplayable. Because, like, every time I go through the song, I cannot move my mouse to click on the icons at all. And the Yuminiki stuff is bugged as well with the whole map environment. You can just go through walls. And then the Faith the Unholy Trinity map is also bugged. You're now giant for some reason. What? What? Anyways. But yeah, in today's video, I'm going to be ranking every single song from worst to best. And, yeah, it took a little while to get this video out. But hey, it's finally here. Oh yeah, I also wanted to say I want to do something new. Most of the gameplay you'll see is actually from me. The only gameplay that is not by me in this video is Mindside Squared and Nazu. For one, Nazu is very short and I can get that one out of the way on YouTube. And Mindside Squared, you've already heard me, it's unplayable, so I have to get the one from before the Frightmare Hill update came out. Anyways, let's begin the show, shall we?
Do you think you could get me out of these chains?
The Escapade. This song is very... Okay, I'm gonna say this. For what I've heard from other people, this song was made... Well, not the instrumental, of course, but like the voices, at least for what I've heard, were made with something called Synth AI. If I'm wrong, just comment out below, but for what I've seen, at least from people and the description of the songs. By the way, yeah, this also goes for God Killer. But, about AI for me, I sometimes don't mind it. Because sometimes I can't really notice it as much. But once it is noticeable, I tend to not like it. But yeah, that's also the reason why the song is very low. The voices sound so weird, and I can't really, they don't really do it for me. And then there's the instrumental. The start is really good. I actually think it fits the castle theme very well, or at least like the basement / dungeon theme well. But once we get to the second half, it's where the instrumentals just kind of go for this very Hereford-like dungeon theme to just an instrumental I'd hear at the beach if I ever went to the beach with my friends. Like, this part here isn't really... I don't think it really fits the whole Slay the Princess game very well. Although there's one thing I will give it, but it doesn't factor into my ranking. I really fucking love this art style. It really captures the art from the original game in spades in my eyes. But either way, the song is still not good. So, yeah. Anyways, moving on. I could see the song probably also be higher, but it wouldn't really be that high either way. Excuse me, I just had some lasagna. Evil Karu. This one is actually kind of interesting. Like, okay, I mean, I guess it's cool to see Penkaru in this mod. Wouldn't even lie, I actually really like his content. But, okay, I'm gonna be honest, I really do not give a shit about this song. It's just a song, in my opinion, that exists, I guess. And this is definitely one of my lower D tiers. And when I mean low, I mean abysmally low. But honestly, I don't think this song is terrible. But it's not good either. So to start off, the opponent, and yes, I don't know his name, but he sounds actually really good. I actually really like how he sounds. However, I don't really like how Evil Karu sounds. He sounds not good in this song, but at the same time he doesn't sound terrible. Then there's Instrumental, which, not gonna lie, it's good. But it kinda just goes nowhere. Oh, and then there's the EXE part. And why do EXE stuff always appear in mods like these? Overall, Evil Karu is just... I'm gonna be honest, Evil Karu is just a nothing song. I don't really get the joke behind it, nor do I know what it's based off of. But, at least I like it more than the Escapade. That's at least something. There's your fucking gritty, bro. What?
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
You weren't kidding when you said you were here to kill me. You brought a knife with you and everything.
Yeah, it wasn't a joke.
You could always toss that scrap of metal to the ground and talk things out.
God Killer. The only B tier of the mod for me. But before I actually get into my issues, let me actually start with my positives. This instrumental is phenomenal. It feels so dramatic, which fits this whole scene surprisingly well. Like, you're about to do something that you shouldn't really do, but yet you're forced to do it anyways. And it works so well here. Like the princess is trying her best to convince you not to do it, and yet the voice of the hero does not listen.
Have you decided what to do?
And she has to take matter into her own hands. This part here is... God, this kind of feels like an anime boss fight! And I kind of like it for that. But, the issue for this song still is... The lyrics are still made with synth VAI. But... I surprisingly do not mind them here. But I still don't think this is the best FNF song ever made. But the instrumental is just fucking great. Easily top 5 favorite instrumentals in the mod. Like, by far. Then we get this little part with the whole, like, vocals blending in. And, I like the build-up to this final part. Speaking of this final part is genuinely awesome. And the vocals, okay, yeah, I know, but I don't mind them here. I think when they are added here, they actually sound very nice. But either way, despite the instrumental being amazing, I still am not a big fan of the synth AI voices, so yeah, that's unfortunate.
And you die.
Has someone ever told you to just shut the fuck up?
3, 2, 1, go!
Nazu, the shortest song in this mod, and it's not bottom 3. I know. You see, most people put this one below Evil Karu, which I don't get. But to start off, I forgot her name, so I'm just gonna call her the girl. The girl's vocals in this mod is beautiful. She easily has, like, my second favorite chromatic in the entire mod. Or it might just be top 3. And this instrumental is so nice. This song is it's just a song I'm put in the background. There's really much to say about it. It's not doing anything crazy, it's not doing anything extreme. It's just a nice vibe. So yeah. I know it's a short song, and I personally don't mind it as much. But hey, Nazu is perfectly fine, and I can accept for what it is.
News here. Authorities are investigating a strange pattern involving several fatalities. The only link between these cases is a dog photo at each scene. Officials are urging everyone to stay away from computers, and if you encounter unusual activity, contact the authorities immediately.
Widespread. The first S tier of the mod, and yeah. There is some parts of the song that I absolutely adore, and there's a few parts that I think are just good. Start with this first half. I love this first half so fucking much. And the instrumental sounds so edgy and orchestral, and I love it. Fits the scene very well, surprisingly enough. And before I keep going, I want to talk about this part right here. The way it built up to this heavy metal rock. They made a Smile Dog song just heavy metal-ish. It's a weird take they took with this one, but fuck it, I love it. This part right here with the heavy guitar hit in there, and the vocals duetting, oh, it's so good! I like it! Speaking of the vocals, Smile Dog's vocals are genuinely phenomenal. It kind of sounds like, okay, it kind of sounds like an updated version of Sonic.exe's vocals. Okay, and that might not be the best take, but it's just kind of a weird one for me. And then there's Sarah, who is, I believe, the main protagonist of this mod? I don't know. And I don't really want to get into it now, but her chromatic is amazing. Easily my favorite in the mod. And that guitar right here as well, like, holy shit! They did not need to go hard with a Smile Dog song. And I want to talk about the instrumental for a second, since they take the most time to make. It has this weird... What instrument do I call this? It's not a violin. It's like an altered piano, which I really like a lot. And it surprisingly doesn't sound bad either. And this is not like my favorite Smile Dog song, I'll say that. And before I get to the second half, I want to point out one thing. This doesn't have anything to do with my ranking, but the art style is fucking peak. I'm sorry, but this art style is genuinely phenomenal. And then we get this cutscene, which I gotta say, art is great, and just everything's great. But then we get to the second half. And, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but it's still really good. I like how Smile Dog sounds here. It sounds much more feral. And Sarah's Totals... yeah, they kinda killed the song for me. I'm sorry. It's just... every time I hear the tonals, I just can't really help but... it just takes me out of the song a little bit. But the instrumental is no joke here. My god. I think the instrumental is just the best part of the entire song. And the fact that they added these sirens like flutes in the background, it's just makes it much more dramatic, which fits the scene here incredibly well. Like, you're up against the demon here. It should be intense, of course. Anyway, that's all I really have to say for Widespread. It's a great song, but it's not my favorite in the mod. But still a song I can see potential growing on. It's just the vocals. It's just, the tonals kill it for me.
Three, two, one, go!
Face Me is what I would consider one of the most underrated FNF songs of all time. I think this entire phase fits the dog from Duck Season like a glove. And you know what's funny? Maybe in the future I might just consider this my favorite song in the mod. This song genuinely grew on me so much. And I can see potential for it growing on me more. Before I stall any further, let me talk about the song actually. To start off, the dog's vocals are so fucking good. Apparently I've heard that they were sampled from someone named Willem Dafoe? I don't know who that is, but it sounds good. And, the boy who I also forgot the name of, he's definitely my favorite part about this song. He sounds ascentful here. Ascentful? Is that a word? Most sort of heavenly. But, God. And the instrumental having this video game-ish style just fits this whole phase surprisingly well. Like, they're in a video game, so of course there'll be, like, video game techno-ish instrumentals. And I'm a sucker for those. My god. And the back and forths between them are so nice. And they always make me ascend every time. I also love the mechanic of you actually having to shoot the enemies. That's a very nice detail, surprisingly. And then the screen cracks, and the next phase then takes place to the real life world. Like, it really gives you the tone of you had no idea what you played. And whatever that was, that did not used to be in the game. And then he appears, holding a knife, ready to strike. This part is one of the most hard-hitting phases in any FNF song, in my opinion. I like how industrial this phase feels. Like, it really feels like you're in a world war. And, like, it fits this whole song as a whole just perfect. And the dog's vocals here sound almost like a zombie-ish, like a dead corpse inside of a suit. It's so cool. And The boy here sounds afraid. Like, I like how he sounds here. He sounds so afraid here. Like, he wasn't really scared of him in the game, but in real life, his expressions really start to change, and he can do nothing but sing. But then he knows, he thinks he can't defeat him, because that thing towers over him. As they back and forth with this industrial instrumental. Seriously, this instrumental is fucking awesome. And then the boy begins to shoot. And he realizes he has a weapon against him. So he tries all he can to survive. Then we get this final standoff. And I don't even mind the Atonals here. It grew on me a lot. I especially love the dogs. He sounds so frantic. He's really pissed off that you shoot him so much. Because he knows you have a weapon against him that is his only weakness. And, God, I like how raw this feels. As the instrumental begins to feel more off and off. And then the dog disappears. As you finally defeated him. But the real question is, what will you do now afterwards? Here's a little story I want to tell. When I first played Tattletale for the first time, I wasn't expecting much. But I wasn't expecting it to be this terrifying. This song can pretty much describe my playthrough of this game. Being very intense and straight up dark. Like, it makes you feel very eerie. Ruby doesn't know what that thing is. It looks like Tattletale, but they're much bigger. She also tries to make it so... She's trying her best to calm Tattletale down. Because she knows what happens. Like, she doesn't know what happens, but the viewer knows what happens when she makes too much noise. But... and it's too late. Ruby tries and tries to make her shut up. But then, she's saying Mama's coming, and she ain't kidding. Mama then begins to sing. Ruby realizes that that is no ordinary toy, but a demon came after her. And she'll stop at nothing but hunt you down until you are nothing but a corpse. God. This main drop right here, or to be honest, this instrumental is top 10 favorite instrumentals in FNF, for me at least. I listen to this one on a daily. It's genuinely dark, intense, almost feels like a final encounter against something you shouldn't have seen, but you're up against it anyways. As Mama Tattletale begins to stop, but why? Well, the answer is there. Then she begins to talk from the TV.
The children thought that Mama would never find them as long as she couldn't see them. Then Mama found the children, every last one, and put them right back to bed.
Then the dubstep comes in. My god. The song went from a very dark and intense tone to straight up dubstep, which I kind of find funny actually. For a Tattletale game, for a Tattletale song, this I was not expecting dubstep, but I'm not complaining. This is an amazing part of the song. And then we're at the boss segment, and I love the detail of the other Tattletales saying "No More Mama" muffled in the instrumental, and the more noise Tattletale makes to provoke Mama Tattletale. Ruby tries her very best to fend her off, and the song ends here. We are finally at our first Omega tier, aka SS. Starting with Mortis. God, this song is incredible. So, I've played a little bit of Faith the Unholy Trinity. I haven't finished the full game yet, but I might do that in the future. But, God, that build up to the actual part of the song here, and this main melody here with the God, it's so great. This is probably one of the best melodies in any FNF song. To start off, the priest, is that his name? I'm just gonna call him the priest. The priest's vocals are, they kind of sound like an altered version of Fatal Error, but like more normal-ish. And I don't know, I kind of fuck with it. And then there's Amy. God, her vocals sound so maniacal and aggressive, and I love it. And the part here with just, what do I call this? I don't know. But whatever this is, it sounds amazing. And the instrumental is very sinister. Like this part right here. I like how sinister this feels here. The priest does not know who he's up against until you hear. Like, he's not able to see who it is at first, but he's able to hear who it is. And he doesn't know who it is until they reveal themselves. Michael. I love his chromatic and the tonals so much. Michael probably has my second favorite chromatic in this entire mod. They really sound like a frantic, rapid beast. God, it sounds like a mixture between a maniacal psychopath and a feral, monstrous beast, and I love it. And they really sound like they want the priest dead. Whatever it takes for him. the priest tries his best to fend off this thing. And thankfully, he succeeds. Because then he's far away from him. All alone, with just him out there in the wilderness. This solo here is genuinely beautiful. With this piano and the instrumental, it's just... God. This part makes me kind of want to cry a bit. And then we get to another character appears in the song, Father Garcia and Michael standoff. God. Father Garcia sounds great in the song, and Michael sounds freaking awesome here. Sorry if I started so much. It's just the song is so freaking amazing. For a finale for the main mod or main story mode, this did it justice, genuinely. And I can kind of get why people would say this is an overrated song, but I don't care. This song means the world to me, genuinely. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the instrumental here. It sounds so sad, almost like the end of the world. Oh yeah, and this part with Michael and Amy against the priest and Father Garcia is amazing. They have so many great chemistries here. With Michael replaying some of the melodies of his first encounter against the priest is a great detail here. And Amy doing the same thing. Oh my god, there's just so much detail. But I think my favorite detail about this song is probably when the cross, which is your health bar, once it turns into a different color, the cross with the priest's sprites also changes the same color. There's just so much detail in this song, which I love so much. And then there's the final standoff, where they repeat the same melody together and all. Just, overall, I just think Mortis is easily one of my favorite FNF songs of all time. And I'm not afraid to admit that. And this final standoff when he's finally using his book against the demon inside of Amy. This ending is also just straight up beautiful. Yeah, overall, Mortis is an amazing song, and I can definitely see why this would be someone's favorite in the mod. Genuinely. Also, I'm just gonna let the ending play out because it's genuinely just so good. Now, before we move on, I just want to state one thing. Well, actually, I'm stating two things, but I'm not mean to the developers at all. They genuinely did an amazing job with this mod. And, these two, like my top two here, this was by far the hardest part, because I genuinely adore the both of them. But, if you do see them change in the future, they can change in the future, because they're genuinely, like, neck and neck against each other. But, just to let everyone know, I adore both of these songs, no matter the placements they're in. I love both of these songs. Just letting you all know. Without further ado, let's get to second place. And that's where we get into probably the top 30th.
3, 2, 1, go!
Deep Dream is easily one of my absolute favorite FNF songs ever. I used to really not be much of a fan for this one, but the more I just listen to it, the more it just kind of hits me in the chest, the more I listen to it. So let me start out with Maratsuki's vocals. They're genuinely beautiful, how they echo throughout every environment they have been through. But I like to represent Deep Dream as how my life has been growing up as a person. I went from this little kid who's had many adventures with old friends to this kid who's now making YouTube content and growing to be a better person than I used to be back then. Yeah, I didn't really have a nice life back then when I started social stuff. But anyways, let's get into the song itself. I love all the vocals here, but I think my favorite vocal in this one is a tie between Maratsuki and Mono. She kind of sounds like a floating spirit, and it sounds incredibly nice, especially this part right here, with the instrumental feeling like you're going on an adventure. Like, this really gives me Disney vibes for some reason. I don't know why. And they just have so many nice chemistries together. This also really feels like I represent this one as how I met my first friend for the first time. And I actually hanged out with him a lot. And we became good friends over the years. Going over to each other's houses and just hang out, you know? So like, Deep Dream just kind of represents as how I've grown as a person. I didn't have the best years back then, but I put those behind. And I'm now the new me. And as it shows here how they walk and explore many areas on their many adventures. And then they meet Hanako. Or at least I think that's how you pronounce the name? I don't know. This phase is by far my favorite. It sounds so playful. Like, it really feels like you're meeting the type of kid that's just very energetic. Like, I like to represent this one as how I met newer friends when I first started school. Or at least started, well, 9th class. Or 8th class. I met a lot of good friends there. And everything. And just, the song just makes me want to put myself to sleep in a good way. Oh, and as she spins around, it then cuts to them floating above the sky on a witch broom. Oh yeah, I will say I know nothing about Yumeniki, so I just kind of my impression this as something else. I just interpreted it as something else. So. But the environment and art style here is genuinely stunning and beautiful. And it's everything I wanted from a very adventurous song. And then we cut to Hanako's section. Or at least that's how I think you pronounce it. She sounds nice here. Kinda interpret this one as how I met my first social media friend. And how we all just hang out together. This one... But I like to represent this one as how I met the people I know today. Like, for an example, Rosa, Harry, MJ, Logan Games, Xer. I like to represent this one as how I first met them for the first time. Or at least meet Rosa and MJ for the first time, which was a very nice time back then. And as they all go on the bicycle here, it genuinely sounds very nice. They're just having a very fun time. But not all stories have happy endings. As we get Euboa's section. Matatsuki has no idea who this is, but whoever it is, they don't seem friendly. She tries her best to sing the main melody to make everything goes back to normal. But nothing happens. As she tries again, and then they all disappear, as you can always see Yuboalev talking to you from afar away. He doesn't know you, but do you know yourself? As Yuboa says his final words, wake up. You have no other choice but to pinch your chin to get out of this nightmare. This is easily one of my absolute favorite FNF songs of all time. It means the world to me.
Here's a moment. I put this thing into a virtual machine and locked down file transfer between the host and the thing, the virtual machine. And my goal here is to try and ask it some questions.
Mind's Eye Squared. Easily the most popular and best song in the mod. But Deep Dream and Mind's Eye Squared can swap one day, just to let you all know. I love them both. Anyways, this instrumental with the heavy drum beat in there, like this really feels like your final battle. And I like the detail of it literally taking place after you just delete it. You know you can't delete it, because then something worse is gonna happen. And it's what is happening now. Sarah Taylor's sound is genuinely afraid of whatever's coming out of this TV. Which is where I get to Dragon. His chromatic sounds like Smile Dog, but more frantic and more demonish. I like to interpret him as the calmer version of Smile Dog. He's here to take your life, no matter what. You know you fucked up, and he's not gonna let that slide. You deleted whatever you just got from your files, and he is not happy with it, and he's here to make you pay. And this part right here, Smile Dog genuinely looks animalistic, maniacal, and straight up pissed. He goes absolutely insane here. And I get the issue that you can't hear the vocals, but that's kind of intentional. I personally don't mind him being quiet, because the entire song itself just straight up fucking great. And the main melody is like this song's melodies are just incredibly memorable. Like, I can literally remember every segment from the song. I also love how you can hear the Windows pop-up sound effect in the instrumental as a little detail. Like, it really feels like you're inside of your own Windows screen. Like he pulled you into your PC. And now he controls the realm you're in. As you have to delete every single pop-up that appears that shows what you've been through and what you've encountered. Showing both Sarah's mental health, Smile Dog himself, aka the Husky, and the symbol that appears after you are done with Widespread. And this little part right here with the high notes is genuinely beautiful. Sarah is really trying her best to fend off against this thing. But she is slowly losing her grip as Smile Dog goes for one final attack. As he spawns in a lot of pop-ups. to make it almost like you can't even see him anymore, as she tries and tries and tries to survive. And then Fake Dog appears. He's not supposed to be here, you think, as he just tries his best to have fun with you. It went from you almost have to die to just straight up nostalgia. And as all the old internet stuff pops up, as Fake Dog just begins to sing with you. He didn't care if you were about to die. He wants to put on one final party just for you. For you to enjoy. And that is exactly what he did. And it is incredible. This song overall just gives me so much nostalgia when I ever come back and listening to it. And then Fake Dog got out of the picture and Dragon appears. Now that he's had all the fun, now it's his time to shine yet again.
But Dragon, we were just having fun!
Anyways. And then the final part begins. As it builds up, almost to a beat drop, but it builds up to something else. As they fight to the death, then the screen glitches. To almost make it feel like you don't know what happened to Sarah, but whatever happened to her wasn't great. And the song ends with the Fake Dog doing a thumbs up. This is easily one of my favorite FNF songs back in 2024, and it's still one of my absolute favorites till this day. You know what? Why not add a full third part? You guys deserve it. That was Step Right Up Adventure Isle. Overall, most of these songs, except for the Frightmare Hill songs, are amazing. This is easily still probably, just maybe, one of my favorite FNF mods. But for now it's not, because this mod has a few bugs in there. But I'm excited for the grand reopening update. I've heard they're going to fix a lot of bugs in there, so maybe this might have a chance to be up there. Oh yeah, and you might be wondering, but what if the Frightmare, or not for me, the grand reopening, like, new songs come out in the grand reopening update? Then I'll just rank those. I'm not going to re-rank the entire mod, of course. But yeah, I also want to talk about something. There were some parts in the production here that I was very close to canceling this. Yeah, this video took a lot of time to do. And like I said, I did promise to get this video out before the end of February, and I kept my promise. But I lost some recordings when first starting it, so I had to re-record and re-record again. This happened twice to me, and I was kind of in a not so great mood that day when that happened. But hey, thankfully I was able to get this video out. But the next video I'm going to talk about, or at least the next mod I'm going to be talking about, is going to be a mystery ranking. I'm not going to say what it is, you're just going to have to wait and see what I release. But I will give out one teaser. It is in fact a demo mod. And that's the only thing I'll say. But anyways, here's my tier list, and if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna be going and making my mystery ranking. So yeah, till then, I'll see you guys in the next video.